After another cryo sleep, same routine over and over again. You're starting to get sick of this routine. Planet after planet after planet. And you head to the bridge, awaiting another call from Gaius. And you all have your coffee in your hands. All that's left is decaf. So you're all kind of grumpy, not too happy.
Disgusting.
Yeah. And
The point of coffee.
moments pass and a little video message pops up on the screen. And yeah, and you see Gaius in a little hologram. Gaius speaks. Hey there again. I bet you're all happy to see my face again, aren't you? I'll speak at once.
It's a tough crowd today, guys.
Yeah, well, I got some, I've got an interesting planet for you this time. I picked it especially for you. Your destination is, it's called May Outpost. Designation KOI 610.01. This is a 3-world empire military base. Too bad Finn isn't around with us. He would have been glad to accompany us on this mission. It was first colonized in 2061 under the Wayland Corporation. Then it transferred to 3 World Empires Authority on its establishment in 2088. The records suggest a population of 900 million people in 2100, but that seems a little bit steep to me. The colony was not just a Royal Marine base. It also had mining facilities to support an electronics production industry. The planet itself is highly volcanic, with considerable seismic activity and localized release of toxic gases in places, with a big saline and caustic atmosphere. Basic maintenance costs for May Outpost were 3 times the equivalent averages, so it is also rather warm, with average daytime temperatures around 33 degrees Celsius and not dropping much lower at night. The year lasts around 180 Earth days, and the day is about 18 hours long. At this point in its cycle, the planet should be approaching the winter equinox. That, my friends, is May Outpost. It will be interesting to see how accurate these 2100 reports are. Remember, you are exploring and seeking to understand the current state of the colony, and will offer any humanitarian aid that may be required. If a 3 World Empire military authority still exists, you should have little trouble reincorporating them under our official authority. We will still need to access to their long data disk so we can access their long-term development. And I'm expecting the usual colony potential report, industry output, trade opportunities, political setup and stability, and any haddock opportunities. All the best, Sylvansky Island. Bye-bye.
I think Sesha stopped listening after the shit about the toxic atmosphere.
If day is 18 hours, does that mean that's all we have to work?
I mean, they'll work us for any penny. They,
We met the other 2 lads yet? The lad and lass?
Just standing in the background.
Yeah, do you just walk in like that?
We look behind, we're like, what? Who are? They're like, oh, we've been in the background the whole time, just in the background shots. Yeah. I've
When
been
did you-
here the whole time.
Well, Tan speaks up. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce you to these 2 new crewmates. We awoke them from cryosleep because of Calvin and Finn's sudden departure. Yeah, if you'd like to introduce yourselves. be my guest. Start with Alouette.
Yeah. So, Alouette steps forward. Woman in her late 20s, dark complexion, neatly dressed, and coveralls, carrying a toolbox, hair pulled tightly back. Yes, I am Alouette. I will be aiding in your any heavy machinery issues you may come across.
And we have Kresimir, if I said that right.
Yes, this was correct. My name is Kresimir Majerovic, former UPP soldier. I am here to stack the bodies as needed. He hawks a loogie, spits, and pulls out a cigarette and lights it. That's his way to punctuate a sentence.
Does he do that every time he finishes a sentence?
Every sentence.
He's on a new cigarette by then.
You don't know where they come from. They never seem to finish. They never seem to go out. It's remarkable.
Impressive. Yeah.
When did you leave service?
It's hard to tell with the whole cryo sleep things, but what would it have been? I don't know. Handful of years ago. It was not a mutual split, but probably for the best.
Whose part wasn't it mutual on? If I might be so impolite as to inquire.
My sergeant's jaw.
Stick it to the man. Yeah.
Foxy man.
Yeah.
He was told
All right.
he either go to Gulag or come to Space Colony ship, so here I am. Kresimir, happy to be here.
Happy to have you. She lights his next cigarette.
I was MSS for a bit.
Oh shit, okay. Hardcore. Don't report me for anything.
I'm pretty sure we're far enough away that by the time I sent anything, by the time they received it, we'd be either dead or incredibly old.
I was gonna try to home,
And they're not
pick up his ass.
and they're not going to, lock up 100-year-old lady.
That's
They wouldn't do that.
absolutely incorrect.
Does Seja know her government?
You've been
a
away
joke.
from home for too long.
I do believe they would do this.
It's called a joke, Kresimir.
Joke? I'm sorry, you've been away from your people too long if you're telling jokes like this.
I have seen enough shit. I have to deal with it somehow.
It's fair.
If the way I deal with it is deadpan mirth, then
Yeah,
you're not.
It's only way you can survive sometimes.
I feel like your people have a fine appreciation of gallows humor.
We do. It's
There's
the only
nothing
way
else.
to survive back home in Village.
Yeah.
Also, punching people that deserve it in the face.
Oh, she's quite the proponent. I'll say that much.
Oh, excellent. He's the best way to handle leadership. He's really, when you think about it, is tradition of our peoples to take down leadership. It's really
Yes.
it's not a good idea to do
Seisha
this.
actually fully laughs like I just did. Holds out a hand and says, "I think I'm going to like you, friend."
He offers you a cigarette. Like that's like, oh, okay.
Oh.
We're friends now. Have a smoke.
That's not what I meant.
No, it's good for you. It's good for you. They prove it.
I am a scientist first.
Yes. And then he tucks it in your inevitable sci-fi coveralls, and he's like, you
In my,
need
coat
later.
pocket.
Yeah, you need later. You keep for you.
You were acting exactly like one of my friends in a D&D party we're in which he keeps offering fantasy marijuana to my incredibly constantly stressed paladin.
Your drug dealer is always a fun job.
Yeah, we already lost ours. We had a group drug dealer for like, what, 3 sessions?
It's important.
Yep.
Well,
Right,
Tan's,
Mhm.
as in case you notice, I took the liberty of waking a Marine, considering the trouble we had last time. Thinking the bartender, Finn, just couldn't cut it. You know, it just wasn't made for this.
I'm
job.
sorry, do you want to say that again, Tan? I couldn't hear you the first time. Over the sound of the absolute bullshit spewing from your mouth.
The disrespect.
How when I
You
don't-
want to disparage Finn's name in front of me again, you go ahead, but you're going to have to deal with the consequences. This is your only warning.
How and I didn't mean no disrespect. I'm just stating the truth. It's not a place for entertainers out here.
Finn killed more of those bastards than you ever did when you turned tail and ran.
Well,
From the reports, he was very efficient with his knife.
Damn straight.
Always respect someone with good knife.
You want me to punch Tan again, Alwyn?
Oh, I'll do it myself. He keeps on with that.
what other spaceship has their subordinates talk to their superiors that way?
I like this crew already.
Maybe one with a decent superior.
No respect. I get no respect on here.
And you don't deserve any of it, so yeah. I'm sorry, do something that makes you worthy of my respect. And you'll get it, but... all I've heard is you grappling for your failure in leadership. Anyway, carry on. You were saying?
As you were.
Well, I got some more punch. I got a nice, strong Marine with some firepower in case we run into any more of those alien creatures that seem to be scattered amongst all these colonies. I'll tell you this, the next mission, I'm going to probably stay in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Is true. Out there, no place for weak little men like yourself.
It's
No.
true, yeah.
They need my management skills to stay alive and ordered and safe.
Yeah, it's very important. Very important.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
I like to come home to warm spaceships, so just keep engine running.
The Dudge speaks up. Well, Captain Tan, if you're done talking now, I got the planet's coming in reach here, and you see it right out your starboard view screen here. We're approaching, and you all look out the window and you see the planet come into view.
Yep, that sure looks like home sweet home. Wouldn't y'all say? Just cozy.
And my suffering.
These looks like good place to kill things.
I'm sure that's one thing it's got going for it.
Yeah. Well, any analysis of the planet? Anybody want to do some scanning or anything?
Is this with
Scam.
you guys?
Well, do I have to do everything myself?
Right, well,
I'm raising my hand. I literally raised my
What?
fucking hand. Oh, you
Do
can't
I
see
have
it
to
on the
tell you how to
screen.
do your jobs? Come on, this
You
is
can't
like
see
our
it in
fourth
the
planet now.
Stream video. Goddamn.
Well, I certainly don't need to tell you how to run from danger, Tan. Leave your crew behind.
I'm working on it. Jesus, I'm right here.
Well, give me a science roll.
Like observation or
Yes.
Comtech. It's the same for me, honestly. So I'll just clicking.
You have 3 stress starting out.
Oops. No, I don't. No, I don't.
yeah,
Chat,
everybody-
you didn't see a damn
everybody
thing.
take off your stress and re-roll. Everybody take off your stress.
I think we need to stress every time we're around Tan.
To be fair, her stress did not do anything. Oh, well, literally same result. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
That's something.
There you go.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
She has been talking to Tam for a bit. Katie Arp speaks the truth.
Too long.
True.
Speaking to Tam for longer than like 5 seconds is too long.
Mhm.
Along beyond, hey, how's it going? Good. How about you? Fuck off. Goodbye.
Tam feels like someone that has a number one boss mug that he uses.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That he bought himself.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yes, absolutely. Oh.
Your scans reveal that the planet has volatile high levels of volcanic gases in the upper atmospheres. And there's lots
Yay!
of radio chatter going on.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's good.
And you detect pockets of twinkling civilizations linked together around a central town by a lake that shimmer with a blue whitish glow.
You said supposed to be 900 million people here? It's a large population.
Yeah,
I
then
mean,
go ahead.
no, it wasn't gonna be anything more substantial than that.
You're listening into the radio signals, and then you hear a large crack. Unidentified vessel. This is the Great King Corporate Authority. Identify yourself and state your destination and purpose. Be warned, any act deemed aggressive, hostile, or non-conforming with instructions will be met with relentless defensive respond.
Oh, is that our cue? Is that my cue?
Yeah, you're talking to him, and Tan gives you the nod to you're like second senior officer, so gives you the nod to speak freely.
This is Colonel Dr. Sezha Drevakovsky of the Solovetsky Island.
Solovetsky Island. Which state your purpose?
We are here to survey the colony and report on the current operational state of things.
The state of things could be better. Follow. I'll meet you up in the upper atmosphere and lead you down to the landing pad.
Copy that. Burn out.
An escorte.
Well, if
Seems
there's
like-
volatile gases in the atmosphere, you shouldn't be blasting yourself at them willy-nilly.
Okay, so
Fair enough.
Dan nods and gives the nod to Doge to take us down. And we start to go down. And you get to see another beautiful world. Well, it seems beautiful.
We said the gases were mostly volcanic. Do we know if there's any specific like volcanic activity, or if that's kind of a holdover?
Yes, Sezha's scans picked up very active volcanic activity. Spewing gases and earthquakes are pretty common.
So it's just like California.
Yeah, I guess it looks like California a little bit. Back in the Wild West days, you know,
Earthquakes and fires and
before it was colonized.
That'll be a good clip.
That's probably
I
more
didn't
like
expect that to get you that much.
So
I
you're
wasn't even joking.
That's great.
That's what sold it.
Yeah, that's the
I was gonna say either Japan or California, and I thought California would be like.
Hey, Iceland's got the active one right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's also like the one, I don't think it's active anymore, but Mount Etna in, I believe, Sicily.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know if it is still active or not. I mean, is it? I think it's Mauna Loa, because there's the active one and then the other one on Big Island in Hawaii. And one is super active, like most active volcano in the world, and the other one isn't.
Damn.
Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea?
So
That sounds right.
Yeah.
the entire world's atmosphere, though, is basically volcanic, is what you're saying, right, Omega? So like.
But it's
like-
breathable. But
okay.
there's pockets of toxic gas that
Gotcha.
leak from the ground underneath.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's like deep sea vents.
Yeah.
We'll just get lung cancer in like 20 years, but who knows if we'll even live that long, you know?
We'll get
Yeah.
what's that word that's like super long, that's specifically the lung infection you get from breathing in volcanic ash?
Pneumothromicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
I hate you so much for
It
remembering
was-
that.
Good.
The issue is that it was made to be a stupidly long word. Like, that was the
Yeah.
intention.
Mission
So-
accomplished.
I hate
Yeah,
you
literally.
so much for remembering that, and I
I was
about to look
really...
it up.
That's a trivia
Yeah.
night winner right there.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
did
Can you
do a
spell
lot
it?
of trivia in
And-
all of my academic career. Nationals, baby! Anyway.
Okay, you're looking at this beautiful scenery, but as you get closer, you're seeing this big black lake come into view first, and then you see a surrounding settlement that looks like it could hold probably a few thousand people.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
It's just yeah, and then you see it.
Looks like a...
It's like surrounded by these rocky cliffs. There's like roads that lead to like smaller like village like settlements off far in the distance, and you see a few landing pads to the north part of the city, and then there's this big on the east side. There's this big cliff face, and it looks like half the cliff like had a landslide, and there's this big pile of rubble on there. But sticking out of the cliff is like it looks like an ancient pyramid that's been built there thousands of years ago.
I could totally die in that.
Yeah. So that
I looked at the picture, I saw the like lake in the middle. I was like, that looks like a place the devil would lie.
I look at this picture, some people would think, oh, what a beautiful scenery, and I go, I could totally die in that.
He's
Anyway,
totally
shout out to the
normal,
episode title.
dude. Yeah, right.
I could totally die. Episode subtitle, I could totally die in that.
Mm.
And we totally did.
Or California, just California. California girls were unforgettable. That's copyrighted, don't sue me.
Anyone wondering
Now it's officially a parody.
why Epsilon and I are so like high tonight? We're on the DragonCon come down, so yeah.
I'm losing my shit a little bit, chat.
It's only been like 5 days of sleep deprivation and alcoholism. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
still riding the high. I'm still riding my contest win high.
Mhm. Regardless, we're very proud of her.
Yes.
We're
yeah,
landing.
you should post that in general, that picture.
There you go.
It's good. Or
Mhm.
post it in images. Maybe it'll stay there for a while.
Perpetuity. Fuck yeah.
Pin that shit.
Pin that
Uh,
I can pin whatever the fuck I want.
where are Where are we landing in
Yeah.
this volcanic crater that is
They-
also town and lake?
You see the other ship approach the landing pad, and you go towards the landing pad too. And yeah. And Pilot Dredge is gonna do. You see a bunch of soldiers there waiting on the landing pad for you. But Pilot Dredge has got to do a piloting roll to see if he lands correctly. He gets a +1 modifications because he's, and he does. So it's all good. Your ship's still good. And it's all quiet, and you're all in your ship, and you see these Chinese. They must be from the what are they called? CANC, the Chinese Asian Nation Collective. It's the kind of uniform they're wearing. And they're just patiently waiting outside for you. Decide what you want to do.
How are the relations between them and remind me, as someone who cannot remember anything that is said politically ever in this game.
CANC is a relatively new player.
Right, but how are they with like Three World? Because that's who we're kind of.
Question.
Well, they would be. I would say it'd be similar to modern day politics with the untrusting relationship with the West.
Okay, all right, because
So,
this
like,
the
diplomatic
planet
but
used to be
untrusting.
Three Worlds. Okay. Okay, noted. All right, well, we might want to play this a little careful and really kind of drum up the whole humanitarian, just reestablishing contact kind of idea. Like, hey, we're here to help. Heard you might have some issues, that kind of thing. If
So-
Why don't you be the front man?
So
As you're saying that, like, Krasimir is like strapping on like absurd amounts of gear. Like he's in his full body armor. He's got a riot shield on. He has an RPG over his back. He's like, I'm here to kill things.
Your protection detail.
All right, I'll mention that we've had some extraterrestrial issues, and I think hopefully that'll fly a little bit. But yeah, to you didn't miss much, Quixote.
Okay.
Just the diplomacy might be a key factor here. Yeah, all right.
I don't
I
believe
can-
Alouette mentioned her affiliation.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know, clear the air.
It's you, Quixote.
Sorry, what? I was just reading something there. I
We're
missed
asking
that.
you where you're from.
well, Lakota says, well, Tan, I want to come on this mission. If Three World Empires has this colony, I want to come. And Tan says, okay, you can come too. And so Council Lakota.
This motherfucker's about to therapy me.
Wait, is that who we get drugs from? Hold on. Wait, we need some never sleep and naturally.
No. Sorry.
It's
so-
okay. It's a little joke.
Captain Gerting comes to the front, and she's young, very beautiful, and she's wearing like captain marks. Such a young age to be a captain. So, but surprisingly, she speaks with authority and says, "Welcome to our settlement. It is a pleasure and an honor to see you."
Thank you very much. The honor's all ours. It's delightful to make your acquaintance. My name is Holland. These are my associates. I'll allow them to introduce themselves. But we're here on a humanitarian mission. to reestablish contact with this planet. So that's our sort of primary purpose here. See what kind of situation y'all are in. Help where we can. So, and then the rest of my crew can introduce themselves.
Yes, introduce yourself, please.
But
Do you? Yeah.
Colonel
yeah,
Dr. Cesar Drabakovsky. I'm the science officer.
Jabakowski. You UPP.
Yes. As is he.
So this is UPP ship?
We're primarily 3 World,
It's
but
mostly
we're a
three.
sort of a joint mission.
We are a very diverse group.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, welcome, Seja. And who are you?
I step forward, and he's a fairly large man, and he goes, "Oh, Krasimir Mejerovich, I am security detail for the crew."
Security. I respect security. We could use a strong fighter like you here. And
That's who I come.
and who are you?
Bonjour, I am Alouette Crown, engineer.
And you. I am Lakota, Counselor Lakota, and wasn't this a 3 World Empire? Yes. Well, I'm sorry, but it is now a Chinese empire now. It is no longer their empire. They could not manage it right, but it's not for me to say. I wish to invite you to Warlord Zhang. You're all very welcome. So would you please, we cannot bring no weapons, so disarm all yourself and and you could come in our vehicle and we'll take you to Warlord Zhang.
Sorry, security detail I cannot disarm, but the rest of them they are harmless, all science folk.
I am sorry. I know you cannot live without your weapon, I know. But it is the rules. We cannot endanger our Warlord Zhang's life. So please disarm and follow us.
They're all science folk, points at the very, burly, heavy machinery engineer lady.
Hey, engineer is still science.
You know, you're right. Thanks for calling me on that shit.
Captain, you said
Much appreciated.
Warlord Zhang. Is there any conflict currently on this planet, on this colony?
Well, yes, times are tough. We are all alone out here on this faraway world. And yes, we do need a strong leader to maintain order here, yes.
So is it a sort of, you said the previous government was unable to manage the colony. Is there currently a holdover conflict from that? Is it a civil unrest? Is it just danger from the wild on the colony? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to understand how well protected we'll be if we were to leave our weapons here and come with you all.
Oh, do not worry. You have a ship and stories to tell. Warlord Zhang will be your friend. Trust me. But it's not for me to say and describe our history. It is for Mr. Zhang to do it. So just please, follow me.
Right. Okay, suppose. Don't seem to have other option. Is good point though. Should we be concerned? Is there a possibility of attack of some kind? Is there a war happening right now?
Well, if you must know, there's
Jeez.
sort of like a insurrection, a little rebellion that breaks out every now and then.
Yes, of course. Is UPP tradition, I understand. Okay, let's just put our weapons away.
Then you would understand the strong arm.
Yeah, is like I said, this tradition does not normally work long term, but it is very effective in the short.
Okay.
I carry only my tools.
Okay, so they invite you into this large
Absolutely.
transport vehicle,
Mhm.
and you start driving away.
This isn't gonna go poorly at all.
Mhm.
Fine, absolutely fine.
Leaving all our weapons behind, that's usually good.
So, as we're getting into this, Captain Guanting, not that I don't want to, distrust any protection you might provide, but were there to be any violence broken out, I would hope that at that point we would be provided with the means to protect ourselves from outside dangers.
Warlord Zhang will protect his guests with all his army. So do not worry.
All right.
You are safe.
All right. I hope you understand it has been a quite trying and challenging journey for us. I'm sure I will spare the details for your Warlord Zhang, but there have been many times we have found ourselves in mortal danger. And my primary concern, of course, is with the safety of myself as well as my crew.
Of course you're concerned for your safety. It is a dangerous universe out there. And you start driving through the city. Well, actually, you're driving down this long road, and you see these little dots here.
Mm.
They're like little guard checkpoints, right?
I think I might be on the wrong screen.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
also
still on the
Oh,
ship,
oh,
yeah.
hold on,
but-
I didn't get you there.
There we go.
There you go.
Bruh.
Okay. These little dots here.
Okay.
They're little.
So check-
All of them are checkpoints, and there's about 5-6 guards standing at them. And there's like, as you get up there, they open a metal gate, slides across, and the vehicle goes through. Do a group observation. One of you roll, and up to 3 helps. So one roll plus 3.
Hella.
Yeah. I'll help. Sure.
I can help.
All right, we all help.
I get some helps. I get help.
Go over there. Look over there.
I guess I was a little help from my
Yeah.
friends.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
Okay. As you're driving, you know that you could see that there's lots of people in decent clothing and looking well fed. No obvious signs of poverty or destitution. But you notice few people are smiling, while at the same time, none are showing obvious signs of unhappiness either. They seem docile. And you sense tension, a tangible hostility in the air.
Is insurrection nearby or not so much so?
Warlord Zhang, he has it mainly under control, but every now and then you'll get a little uprising. But we always catch the rebels.
Yes, this makes sense. Remind me again why we could not bring weapon.
We are going to see Zhang, and any weapon
Sure.
you have could be a weapon the rebels might get.
Yeah, that implies that they will be killed on the way. Then, based on what you say, I'm now. Krasimir is not happy that he left weapon behind any longer.
Yeah, I
How
don't
old
think
is
it
Krasimir?
Krasimir is probably like late 20s, like 28 maybe.
Oh my god, you're a baby.
He's
both
easy.
of them are.
Well, do you guys feel stressed in this situation on an alien
for
planet,
Sure.
going to see Warlord with no weapons?
yeah.
Well, give you all self one stress then.
Yeah.
I feel like
If you feel
this is just
stressed.
another Saturday for Drabakovsky.
Yeah, okay, you can handle it. You don't need a stress then.
I'll take one. I'll take one if everybody else is, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm certainly taking it because I regret leaving everything behind. I should have tried to convince them to bring stuff.
Yeah, if you could just fill me in a little bit, I suppose, on the logistics, Captain Guangdang, as we're driving. To our knowledge, this was originally had a population of 900, was it 1,000 million? Numbers?
Million.
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
but is this the primary population center? And are there other population centers? And how many people are currently residing on this planet? If you don't mind my asking, I'm just trying to assess your colony's need.
Just give me a manipulation just to see if she's
Oh, I would love
gonna
that.
slip some words out or anything, some info out.
Sure. Absolutely. Oh, all right. Yep, that's fine.
Well, panic on your manipulation.
Okay.
What's that do?
alright, yeah.
Probably nothing. You only got one stress, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a D6 plus 1, I guess.
Yep. Give me one sec. Top them.
No.
Nah,
Okay.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just wait for. Keep your questions to yourself, and I'm sure Mr. Zhang will be glad to answer them.
Also, to any of our potential viewers that with a lot more experience in the Chinese language than us, I am sorry in advance
Yeah, that's a good call.
for the mispronunciations that are probably going to happen. I know there's a lot of like intricacies with like the tones on different vowels and stuff, and I see little marks here that probably that I believe indicate that.
Certainly.
I do not know how
Those
to
are gonna
say
be
them.
missed.
We will do our best.
Yes.
Western
Butchering.
speakers struggle
It
with
may not be
tones
good,
on
but
the
it'll
best
be
of
our
days.
best.
Regardless.
I just wanted to put that out
Yeah.
there for the internet. We're
Butchery inbound.
a bunch of white people doing our best.
And we got. And so you keep driving. You make a right-hand turn, and you start heading to the Warlord's compound.
Sounds like a safe space.
It's
Certainly.
compound.
Yeah, it definitely didn't clock how the gallows is right next to it on the app. Right?
That's why I'm doing my happy dance.
Go take
Uh-huh.
go take a waterside walk with the gallows.
Yeah.
But, well, you see this compound is ringed by like a 5-meter stone wall with a nice solid iron gate. You see it has luxurious gardens and pools everywhere. And there's guards perched at every little high ground. The The vehicle approaches the gate, and the gate slowly opens, and the vehicle drives into the courtyard. And so we will see them now. You mind if I have the guards just see if you got any hidden weapons on you?
Is that not something that should have been done before we were in the vehicle with y'all for a while?
I just want to make sure, because if there's a little knife or something like that, Zhang will be really not pleased with me. You know what I mean?
This is
Do
fair.
you
They are
have-
more concerned with his life than their own. I'm fine with this.
Well, I'm concerned with
yeah.
my life.
Yeah, I suppose that was going to be my question. Does Zhang tend to take issues in administration out violently with his subordinates?
It's hard to say. He does things very privately.
I see. All right. Yeah,
So-
certainly we would never want you to get in trouble with him. So yeah, all right. This is okay.
This is gonna get interesting, but I'm gonna go along with it.
Yes,
Okay.
you can check.
Is there anything in particular that Zhang is displeased by that we should be kind of on the lookout for? I'm a little bit fearful now myself, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I wouldn't be fearful. Just respect him. Do what he says, and everything will be fine.
Oh. Yes,
All
I've
right,
heard
that
this
nervous
one
little
before.
chuckle's really
Yes.
convincing.
Yeah, just-
Okay.
This
Yeah.
sounds
Ew.
concerning.
I just jammed my toe into my desk. All right.
You good?
No, it's fine.
We're all
It's
dying
fine.
out here.
We're not
Wait,
dying.
you or Howland did
Me.
it? I speak in an accent when I'm hurt.
I was too hurt to switch voices.
Lang.
I become British when I am injured.
I thought you were gonna say I have become death. I was like, oh shit.
I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Actually, I think that's a line we're going to be hearing from Zhang in about 1 to 2 sessions.
Actually, no,
right.
destroyer of worlds is already a campaign that exists. That
That doesn't mean you can't become it.
oh, Zhang.
Oh, okay.
So you enter into this dark, bluish chamber with red velvet carpets covering the cylinders by a giant throne. The throne is huge, and Warlord Zhang sits patiently above it, not saying anything, just observing you. The guards are on the flanks. He's got the second in command right beside him. And you stop at the stairs beneath him.
Mhm.
He looks down upon you. Who are you, PCs? Who are you? Tell me.
We are part of the crew of the Solvetsky Island. We are a peacekeeping mission, well, a humanitarian primarily, sent to reestablish contact and offer aid. This is our fifth planet on our little tour of service. We have been sent by a joint delegation of governments. And yeah, we are here to, as I said, reestablish contact and offer aid. This colony has not been heard from in a quite the time, and thus it made our roster for our trip. My name is Halwyn Carey. These are my crew members. And should you wish, I will let them introduce themselves. But yes, that is our purpose in coming here and in speaking with yourself.
Well, Owen, it is very nice you give me a detailed answer. Very respectful.
Certainly. It is our purpose as a diplomatic mission to work with the established colonies that we have found, although there have been none so well established as yourselves that we have made contact with thus far. So honestly, it's a nice change of pace from savages trying to kill us out in the jungle and giant sandworms and the whatnot. So I hope that we will get along kindly.
I am sure we will. I am sure we will. Well, it is my honor to have you rediscover our planet. And we could use your assistance. What do you offer me?
Well, in addition to reestablishing contact with, which of course opens up trade with the larger universe and resources to your planet that you might not otherwise have access to, we're personally sort of here to facilitate that, to see to any immediate needs. We have within our numbers some very skilled representatives who have knowledge of the sciences of engineering and mechanics and of various security and such concerns. So we're here to offer our counsel with any issues, and as little as we may be able to add to your numbers, our personal help, and as I said, mostly with the larger economic and resource benefits that come from opening trade and communication and such technological benefits with the larger universe once more. There is an interest in reestablishing sort of I won't say a quid pro quo, but bolstering this colony, which would include additional numbers, I'm sure, to your population as people immigrate from other places, other planets. So all of this and more is possible. It's sort of a case by case and a need based service, certainly while we are here. But as I said, it does open up many possibilities to the larger powers at work in the universe. Is there anything that we might be able to assist you with while we are here?
Yes, there is. You see, I have a little insurrection problem going on. They're encouraged by this union mutual society, sort of like a workers' union. They're making trouble for a peace-loving group like me and my people. So if you could help, we could use some weapons, ship parts, or any upgrades.
Has diplomacy failed?
You cannot reason with these insurrectionists. We are a peace-loving people.
Is
But these are barbarians.
is Union not core part of CANC like it is part of UPP?
UPP? No, we are not UPP.
Oh, I know. I thought that CANC held similar values when it came to workers' unions.
Well, we are CNC, but we are our own colony. We do not associate
Oh.
with anybody.
Okay. This is kind of like what is the British one? The New Albion three world thing going on here. Got you. Okay.
We do appreciate your help with educating us on the specific needs and challenges of your colony. I do have to question you. You mentioned that you yourself, you are a peace-loving personality and government. Is that correct?
Yes, we just like peace and order. We don't want no trouble with anybody.
All right. Is the name Warlord then an epithet that was given to you, or one that you took for yourself? I'm curious as to the history. My apologies.
Well, it is our history. It is our ancient history. So we are reigniting our ancient histories, as you might say. So I am Warlord, dictator and ruler of this colony.
What were you before you were the warlord, if you do not mind my asking? Because it does not look like it is a inherited title.
I was commander-in-chief of the CANC,
Got you. Good.
5th Division Regiment. You see, our world was no more. We could not live. There was no more food. We had to escape. And so we came here.
Gotcha.
What world was it that you came from, if you don't mind?
KOI 468.03.
Does this ring any bells?
No.
No? Okay. Noted. Alright. What...
That number down in my handy dandy notebook to look up later.
Well, there you go. And what tactics have you taken thus far, just so we understand what has not worked in the past? What tactics have you used while negotiating and or any other activities you've undertaken to solve your dispute with the Union?
There's nothing that can be done to just solve this dispute. They do not like the way we order things. They prefer chaos.
Mm-hmm. Have they made any specific demands of your administration, just to try to get a profile of the sort of person that we may be dealing with?
They just want to destroy me and take over the world themselves.
So is it a little bit personal against yourself, then? Does it feel, Warlord Zhangxi?
It could be. That's one thing you could help me with. You can probably talk to them, their ringleader.
And would you be open to a sort of exchange of concessions, of a
Diplomacy.
sort of finding common ground with them if they were open to it as well? Or is that, do you believe you would not be able to meet in the middle?
I am Warlord Zhang. Of course, I could compromise. We could keep everybody happy. As long as I have order, I am happy.
Wonderful. Then I believe we would certainly be willing to act as a sort of neutral third-party go-between in order to solve this dispute between the Union and yourself.
Very well, that would be my honor.
This
So-
guy's like, I don't think it's cognitive dissonance, but it's something of that sort. This guy is full of contradictions, but at least he's not an outright asshole, so
Mhm.
just a
Yeah.
charmer.
Just
Absolute breath of fresh air compared to the shit we've been putting up with lately.
comparatively. Very well. What time of day is it now, as of our landing? And whatnot.
It's midday.
Okay.
Yeah.
alright.
Day is ours.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if my companions are feeling up to it currently, we might try to establish contact imminently with the Union and work to begin solving your problem here.
Their leader is named Stanley Shepard, and you could find him at the Three Lions Tavern.
No.
What?
Very well.
But I will have 6 of my guards accompanying you, and they'll be there the whole step of the way.
It's interesting that you know location of other leader, but you describe them as rebels, and this person has not been arrested yet.
No, he hasn't. But we will, if we don't come to terms soon.
Certainly.
Likely elusive.
I would ask, in the interest of appearing in the most conducive manner to the diplomacy efforts, that perhaps we might be escorted close to the Three Lions Tavern, but that we would be able to meet with this Stanley Shepard. I'm concerned, Your Eminence, that a contingent of your guards appearing along with us might be seen as a show of force or a hostile action in what this contingent considers their safe area or their territory. And I think it might be counterproductive to our efforts, if I'm being entirely honest with you. That's sort of my feelings, how I'm coming towards this situation.
Maybe so, but I cannot trust anybody. You are new here, and I've yet to trust you yet, but Halwyn, you have my respect. I like how you talk. But,
I agree.
for now, my 6 guards will accompany you wherever you go. You will not be left alone. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that you feel so strongly about our protection. I do hope that should things not turn out exactly how you might hope with this negotiation, you might consider the point that it is a slightly a distrusting action when you're trying to put your best foot forward into a situation for peace, to show up with armed guards.
I would also like to know what you are saying and they will tell me.
That is certainly true. I would suggest that should you like to know what we are saying, there's always the possibility of more subtle means that are possibly less hostile. I personally would not be adverse to wearing a comm unit or a wire. And in such a scenario, I think it might honestly be helpful because as they are speaking sort of their what they're willing to compromise with me, you would possibly be able to tell me what you are willing to compromise in return. But I understand that you have people that you do trust and that you do respect. But yeah, I just do think that there are less possibly hostile means to do that and achieve the same result.
Well, we will see. Let them know. Let me know what their demands are, and then I might change my mind.
We will do our best with what has been demanded of us, and I should hope that no one would ask more than our best.
Thank you.
Certainly.
And the guards escort you out.
Wait, now that we're all buddy friends, can we be armed within the city? It seems like your city is mostly safe, of course, but the parts that are not safe are very not so safe.
This is our security personnel. I realize I have not introduced him yet.
I do.
But yeah. Apologies.
I understand you want to be armed, but for your protection, we will make you unarmed. We don't want nothing getting out of control. So for your protection, we will not arm you.
It's no problem. I totally understand. It's very nice of you, but I have RPG. So no need for protecting of me. It's very good to protect everyone with RPG. No one wants to mess with man with RPG.
Especially not UPP made RPG.
Very unpredictable.
Exactly.
Don't say
Very unpredictable. I like order in my camp. Only my guards have weapons. That's enough talk. Be gone.
Fucking shit. Premier.
The guards escort you out, and I'll take you to the.
Fucking spelled your name wrong. Present. I forgot an entire consonant.
Yeah, yeah.
I fake Eastern European. As if you could not already tell.
It is a normal accent.
I do my best. I've been doing this accent for like 3 years now. 2 or 3 years at this point.
Okay, so where do you guys want to go?
I guess the Three Lions
Yeah,
Club.
Three Lions Club.
You go right there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, let's get lit.
Yeah, this is not going to cause any issues at all whatsoever.
One could have totally put him out of business.
If only.
Yeah,
Still a chance.
you know, Three Lions Tavern isn't a bad name for a drinking house.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Little unoriginal. I mean, it follows the classic schema of like the sort of so way
animals.
Back, well, I wasn't gonna say number animals, but way back when people couldn't like read entirely, right? They would just have a really descriptive sign, some kind of picture,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just the name would be whatever was kind of on the sign, right? So even if you couldn't necessarily read, you'd be like, yeah, there's 3 lions on this sign. That's the Three Lions Tavern. So.
Maybe you could pick a different animal so as to be legally distinct. in the different
Oh, I
network.
certainly wasn't planning on doing a little copycat in it or anything. Listen, I'm not in for franchise work. Been there, done that.
If this colony holds true to the rest of the universe, anytime
CANC.
anytime CANC establishment has number in the name, you know it is good food.
Oh, all right. Well, it seems you might be more well traveled than I am. At least in places with good food. We've been in a few places with very low standards, to say the least.
We've been drinking decaf coffee for weeks now.
It is crime. I'm surprised we
It's
did not
like a
mutiny.
hug
It was-
that never comes.
Well,
I'm
just
fine.
even the point.
Fine.
Welcome to Athena's 3 xenomorphs in. Thanks, Australis. Thanks for razzing someone that isn't me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you enter the Three Lions pub.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, I'm yawning again.
This is the pub seems like to be like a throwback to like Earth British pub, but it's got like some Japanese Chinese decorations mixed in. It's very busy. Captain Gunting and her 6
Oh
guards.
my god, she's so small.
Yeah, this should have made this.
The rebels are giants.
I can either make the map smaller or
Blow those tokens up.
It's fine. It's fine. It just looks a little.
no, I'll make the tokens bigger. There we go.
That's amazing. She's just like 2 feet tall, perched on the. Oh my god.
I should have made the map smaller, but
That's good.
I'm gonna have to draw
image.
that now, Australis.
I'm gonna have to do the same
People
for
who
you
are-
guys.
People who are better artists than me, somebody make up a side for the 3 xenomorphs in.
I like that Astralis actually got 3 different forms of xenomorph in that that comment too. That's good.
And like in the right order.
Right.
But wait,
Yeah.
wait. No, I was saying wait because I had an idea brewing, but it
Oh.
didn't finish in time, so I just looked like a fool.
He's so good. Right. So we are going to get served, right? It's important that we socialize. Yes. Perfect. Great.
Listen, there's no real business that can happen unless at least, 90% of the participants are drunk off their asses. So, anyway, I think she turns to the soldiers and like magically has like a line of glasses. It's time for y'all to start drinking, I think.
Shut. Everybody!
Captain Gunting, no. No, we do not drink on duty.
I don't see anyone else around. You're totally fine.
Now, just be careful. It's for your protection.
Right. Oh, right. This is location of rebels, potentially.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll be fair. I figure we're gonna meet with someone here and pretty soon, considering y'all stick out like a sore thumb in this district. I imagine if we don't meet with anybody, it might be because they're figuring there's trouble brewing. What with all the uniforms here.
This is good.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody turns around. Kind of gives you like a dirty look, but they look back because they're kind of like afraid of the guards.
All right, listen. Holman kind of steps
fuck
up
off.
half onto a chair. All right, here's what's gonna happen. We're not from here, and yes, they did bring us in. Next round is on me. And we are a neutral third party, just wanting to talk things out. Yeah, that's sort of the situation here. So is anyone gonna teach me how to toast properly in this town, or am I just gonna have to go back to my, I don't want to, not wing it, I don't want to be culturally insensitive, but like go back on my traditions.
So you go to the bartender. You got money?
I'm sure I've got pocket change. For liquor, anything. I will pull out Finn's flask of the good stuff and offer a trade.
Pretty sure I have money. I rolled it.
I got.
I'm sure I have
money.
money. Do I know how much or what it means? Possibly no. And also, I don't know that they accept the same coin here.
Yeah, they'll accept that money if you got money.
Nah. I additionally offer Finn's flask, though. Not the flask itself, just a swig from.
All right, this is all we got. It's we call it moonshine.
Fair enough.
That's all
I
we
never
could brew
said no
here.
to any moonshine. Well, would you like a taste of something else for a change?
What brings you all here, and why you bringing those guards in here?
Listen, I fought it real hard. I said it wasn't a good look, all right, but there's only so much I can do. I'm a bit of a diplomat, a little bit. We're from foreign governments, outside kind of powers. We're here on sort of a peacekeeping, sort of relations establishing mission. We're just trying to make a little bit of a compromise. We were told from, listen, word of mouth, not word of mouth, from the horse's mouth, that there were some people we could find here, a bit of a workers' coalition. And we were told that the warlord up in the giant fucking house on the hill, he said he might be willing to make a little bit of a compromise. Now, to be fair, I know very little about the situation here. I know very little about what demands might be had from either side. But I am here, even with those, the protection on my back, right, with nothing of my own, in the interest of trying to help people live a better life. So, cheers to that, I guess.
So you're not friends with those guards?
They were sent for our protection. I put forth multiple arguments, saying it would be counterproductive to the efforts. I don't want to get off on anybody's bad foot, wrong foot with anybody. I just want to make sure. I feel like there's something that we could do as a little bit of an outside effort to make things happen here for people. Something that maybe the status quo wouldn't, otherwise there wouldn't be a negotiation possible. So that's what we're here for, right? I
you want-
wouldn't.
So
I'll be
Zhang,
honest.
Zhang wants to negotiate?
He said he'd be willing to compromise. That's what he told me. All right. He also said that A, we couldn't have our own weapons, and that B, he was sending them with us for our protection. And I'm not gonna scoff in the face of at least a gun at my back if I can't have my own, you know. But listen, the man said that there was a compromise that could be made. So I'm trying to see what that could be. All right. That's my only intention here. I'm not here to bust y'all up. I'm just here to make a bit of a deal.
And she winks to the corner, and then a guy sitting at the bar walks over.
Mhm.
And
Are the guards like right behind me, or are they kind of across the room a little bit?
they're across the room a little bit, but
Okay.
they see Shepard walk to you.
They're not
Okay.
like actively breathing down
Yeah,
your neck, but
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to.
You see
they're
the
not like, "Hi, I see you're talking to someone."
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this beat up man with years of experience in his eyes. He's not shaven. His clothes are raggedy. He looks at you, and as he's looking at you, about to say something, you see Gwentang and two guards come up closer and into earshot range, and then he says, I'm not going to talk to you as long as those
Mhm.
guards are here.
All right. Okay. Let me.
We tried
Yeah.
multiple times to gently persuade them to leave.
Yeah. No, this isn't. Entirely my choice. Let me. Here. I'll step over to Guantang. Listen, I respect what y'all are doing here. But it is making my job harder. I feel like you can be in range of protecting me and also not, be making my job as hard as it is currently.
But us hearing what you say is for your protection.
Are you sure?
Uh,
Is it for my protection?
I would think you should have more faith in us.
I've been working real hard to make the best of a really difficult situation, and I'm sure that you have as well. Do you feel as though I have been unhonest to you yet?
No. In fact, you have been very nice to me. Roll me manipulation. It would be normally 3 successes to get her to leave with the guards, but since you're nice with her, 2 successes.
All right. Okay.
Can, like, the rest of us be help or anything?
No.
Oh, that's
All right.
fine. Yeah, I guess we.
She's talking by herself. Oh.
Oh shit! Look at you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will let you know every word that is said in this conversation. But I need to have a conversation for that to happen.
All right, Helen. I trust you.
I
And she nods to
appreciate
the
that.
guards, and they stand by the door.
All right. I go back over.
Play the.
I'm really trying to pull sway with them a little bit, and I'm really hoping. Obviously, you can see it's tough going, but it's a little bit at a time. So I'm just hoping that will be the same with you all, and that I can make everyone's lives a little bit easier here. So can you tell me what I need to know to make that happen?
I'll tell you what you need to know.
All right.
Those damn CANC bastards. You know, this was a Three World Empire colony. And then the CANC came. You know, we invited them in. We invited them in. And then, you know what they do? Warlord Zhang creates a rebellion, tries to overthrow our government, and then we surrendered. We're outnumbered.
Okay.
He,
Sure.
he slaughtered our soldiers, our top guards. Some of them escaped. Some of us are here being workers in the working union. We don't like them, and we're trying to. I'm the head.
Coexist.
I'm the head of the resistance, and
I kind
we
of gathered.
want to
as much.
overthrow the CANC, get Warlord Zhang out of here, and take our colony back.
Do you feel that there is any sort of remediation, any sort of concessions they could make, any sort of change beyond just kind of a violent uprising that would get you the change that you want? Or is this sort of just a like revenge mission? They killed us, we surrendered, but we don't want it to be over sort of deal.
Yeah,
I need you to be on.
Zhang's untrustworthy. You can't trust him. You want to help us? You can kill Zhang for me. Can you do that? That would help us. Then we
Who
could.
would you install in his place? How would
Yeah,
you?
what's your plan for?
The Three World Empire take over again, and then isn't that
I
where
need
you're
a
from?
name. I
Aren't
need a
you?
person. I need a name. I need a clear plan. Because the second he is dead, this place becomes lawless, and it will be incredibly difficult to yank it back.
Our goal is to have the fewest people injured, killed, unhoused, starving, right?
Hmm.
As I said, we're humanitarian, okay? And I understand that there's a huge grievance with them, and I understand that there are issues probably with the way that they're running things. I'll be honest, I've been here maybe an hour, okay? So, do you feel, is there any sort of perhaps representative answer? Is there any sort of policy change that could be established? Or is your goal kill Zhang, who cares what comes after? Like it'll just magically make everything better for this one man to die.
Well, at the very least, his second in command, Brigadier Wu, she would be much better and trusting and honorable than Zhang.
And how do you know this about her, if I might ask? As I said, I'm new on the scene. I don't know anything. I need in like kindergarten, like 5-year-old terms, what you think is better and why.
Well, what is better is the whole overthrow of CANC. But at the very least, if Zhang is dead, it'll be a lot better here. I'll take any support you need. Political support, kill Zhang, weapons, military backing, whatever you can give me.
All right. Is there something that you can tell me that I can take back to Zhang just to tell him this conversation went somewhere? Because I feel like otherwise he's going to start really cracking down if he thinks this isn't going anywhere.
Tell him.
Is there anything you can think of that would be better?
Tell him
Mhm.
that if he gives us our own settlement, our own place, our own command,
Okay.
we will not war with him and we'll be peace. We
And
want our
is that
we want our old city back.
okay? There's an old city out there that was yours, and then there was. This is a new settlement since then, or
Yes, in
what's the
the
situation there?
in the northeast, that was our old city. Now it's abandoned now, and the Zhang
Okay.
built up this new city.
And are those words true? Would you be satisfied with a new settlement that is not under Zhang's rule?
Exactly.
Or is that
We want
okay?
our
You would be.
three world empire rule. But we'd be peaceful like before when we first invited them to our planet.
Okay, so we're looking at a two-state solution, and that would be genuinely something that you all would be willing to compromise with.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate your time and your working with us. I hope that we're able to hear back from you, or that you're able to hear back from us. I can promise that I will do my best with this. I can't promise more than that, though. Just my best. So, for whatever that's worth, best of luck, honest.
Well, it's a pleasure seeing a nice friendly face again.
It was a pleasure myself.
And there's one more piece of information I might add to you that you might find helpful. That
I'll
is
hear you out.
a UPP ship here came about a month ago. He had a meeting with with Zhang, and they seem to be getting along together. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with that, but they're stationed at Zhang's intelligence HQ.
Do you know what, if there was a faction name along with that UPP, or if it was just UPP? Did they call themselves the Children of Two Divines? Is that?
Children of what? I haven't heard of that before.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Just so you know, in case something happens to us, as we've been going around on our whole, we've been to a few planets now, as we've been going around on our whole sort of mission situation. We've had a few run-ins with some incredibly violent aliens and a cult that seems to be trying to perpetuate them across the universe. So if you hear the name, the cult I believe is called Children of Two Divines. But if you hear anything about that, if you see any like weird eggs, if you see any like little scuttling kind of leggy guys that kind of look like crabs but with tails a little bit, yeah, A, kill the fuck out of them. B, yeah, they will try to eat you. So as kind of contact is possibly reestablished with the rest of the universe, yeah, just word to the wise, I guess, be on the lookout. In return for your information, I would offer you this advice.
You mentioned aliens, creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at that
You
temple
seen
across the
anything?
lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some kind of, okay.
Some
All right.
you don't want to know what comes out of there.
Has that been here for a while? Have y'all been dealing with shit coming out of that thing?
That just came out here about a year ago.
A year? A whole temple?
The rock earthquake created a landslide and cleared the temple. It was hidden underneath all that mountain.
Uh-huh.
And has anyone been to this temple that you speak of?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to go to that temple.
Of fucking course.
And just as he's about to say something more, Captain Gonting, Warlord Zhang has just commanded me. He wants to see your presence now.
We were just there.
All right, noted. That was a quick half hour. Normally
Yes.
negotiations take like a minute. I hope he knows that. All right, very well. Thank you for your time, sir. I'll keep your words in mind. Yeah, thank you. And Look after yourself. And I'll head out, I suppose. Please. Alright.
Okay.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
so you leave the bar,
Mhm.
and Warlord Zhang wants us at the gallows. He wants to show you
At the
something.
gallows. Oh, is he about to try to make an example of someone? Because I don't do well to take an example.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
So, you drive to the gallows, and you're patiently waiting there for hours and hours.
Hours? Holy shit.
And then it starts to get dark.
Yeah, did Zhang tell you how long this was going to take, Captain?
Just be patient, you will see. And this is your sight. You see two clamps with chains hanging.
Oh, I don't like that as a type of gallows.
That's fun.
Lamps?
What is
Yeah.
the purpose of this? Give him the clamps.
Yeah, I'm assuming those are here for a reason. Y'all ever seen those work?
This is no
Captain?
gallows I have seen before.
Alright.
This is odd.
Mhm.
What is this? This is some sort of new technology on hanging.
I'm gonna change the. No. I gotta do these stupid tokens again. Okay.
The curse of a new map.
Zhang
Right.
pulls up in his vehicle
Mhm.
with a bunch of guards.
Mhm.
It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you. I thought that when you needed to see us urgently, it would be a little sooner than it has been.
A crowd starts gathering around the outside.
Mhm.
I've brought you here because I want to show you something.
I gathered. What is it that you have to show us?
You'll see. You hear a vehicle comes up, and then there's two chained, appears to be prisoners.
Please let it be 10.
Literally, I've been thinking that for about 3 minutes now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're screaming, no, no, no. And they tie him up to these chains.
Mhm.
There's one's a woman, one's a man.
Warlord Zhang, I think you'll find that cheap intimidation tactics don't work very well on me if that's what this is meant as.
Well, this is not. These are criminals. And
Okay.
they drew.
What is the crime?
They drew the short straw, is what they did.
What do you mean they drew the short straw?
I need 2 people on the equinox for 3 days.
Why?
That's a strange requirement.
You will see. Just wait.
Is this? I like look around. Like, have I missed something in the icebox?
No, this is weird. This is
Okay.
not.
Yeah,
our
no, this
usual-
is weird.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, this is not new thing. All right,
No.
great.
Certainly not in Kiev.
It would be cheaper to just shoot them and probably more humane, but what are we just dangling people?
What are you trying to feed, Shang? What are you appeasing with this? Don't take me for some kind of fool.
Patience. Patience. And another 10 minutes pass. And you see this green luminosity. 2 circular arrows underneath the water. And the 2 prisoners are crying, please, oh, help us, help us. And then you see something similar, but something different. They come slowly crawling on the dock.
The fuck?
What the motherfuck?
Yeah. What?
What happens if you don't do this, Shang?
What the fuck?
It looks like those creatures that you had on the last planet that almost killed Howin. Except these ones are glowing green. And they're slowly crawling on the deck.
Are they like swimming or are they just walking out of the fucking lake?
They're crawling because they're crawling out of the lake. It's kind of shallow. It looks to be like maybe
Oh.
2 meters deep.
Mm.
And they're just crawling out of the lake.
Zhang,
And
when
they're-
did those things appear?
We need to help them.
You see, those things came and tormented our village. But
When?
ever since that last year, ever since the temple was exposed, those things came out and
There
tormented
was
our
an
people.
earthquake? Mm-hmm.
But if we leave a sacrifice of 2 victims for 3 nights at each equinox, that seems to satisfy their hunger.
How did you learn this?
Just by trial and error.
So that's 6 people each equinox.
For some reason,
So-
they come out on the equinoxes.
Hmm.
And they come out for 3 days. So it's either this or have them rampage through our town.
Have you tried to exterminate the problem rather than appease it?
Everybody who goes in there doesn't come back.
Are
But-
these people dragged back there as well? Because I don't know if you know this, but they might be proliferating the problem.
It's true.
Well, there's
These things use humans as eggs,
How do-
essentially, as reproduction.
How do you know
They
this?
might. We've had dealings with them before. They've only killed, half of the people I've cared about on this crew.
So your experience with these creatures.
As I said, they've killed about half of the people I cared about on this crew.
Then you can go in the temple and solve the mystery of it for me, will you?
See, Zhang, the last planet we were on, that's what happened, and I barely came out with my life. And you are someone who has told me multiple times that I can't have weapons. And also, you may have been feeding people to pad out the numbers of these aliens, these monstrosities. So as much as I would love to solve this issue for you, it is going to take a lot of man and firepower to convince me that that is something worth doing for you. Because I'll be honest, it will take so much for me to be willing to risk that my life in that way again, and the lives of my whole crew. So if you're able to make a very convincing deal, then I won't put it entirely out of the realm of possibility. But I'm going in there blind, and I need you to understand that. Besides the experience I've had with those fuckers that don't glow.
I will give you any weapons you want if you go in there and give me its treasures and rid this temple of those beasts.
And how many men will you be providing me with? It's not going to be a group of 4, I'll tell you that right now. The 4 of us, we're not enough for even 2 of those fuckers. If you're looking for success, I'm very sorry to seem harsh or demanding, but it is because I do have experience that I'm asking this of you. So I hope that you recognize that.
I could set you up. And you just watch as the creatures, they grab them. You guys gonna do anything? You're just gonna let it happen?
I turn to Zhang. If you want me to do something about this, you're gonna have to keep those 2 from padding out, if this continues, there are gonna be 2 more of them in that temple in 3 days, I'll tell you that much.
We're going to need
If you want to convince me,
carry a gun.
Yeah, if you want to convince me, you start doing something about this right now. You're surrounded by men here. This is your stronghold, your compound. If you can't even take care of 2 of these motherfuckers on your own territory, don't think I'm gonna walk in there for you.
Then you will fight these 2 right now.
That's not
With
what I
what
said.
You
weapons?
took all our
With
weapons.
what weapon?
I'll give you weapons if you fight them right now.
I hope that you'll understand us when I said with what men as well. I'll be honest.
If you beat these creatures, you will get the honor of my men, and then they will rally behind you.
You are asking a lot of us for, honestly, I won't say little. I won't say little in return. But the upfront cost is quite high.
Then let them die then. And you see them, they're screaming. The Xenos aren't killing them. They just grabbing them and they're taking them into the water, but slowly. It's like they're getting pleasure out of this. They want to savor their kill.
What?
Their food.
What was their crime again? You said the short straw was the crime? There was no crime. This was simply you picked them to
They're
die. correct?
insurrectionists. Rebels.
Oh, these are rebels. Okay.
We
We
keep them.
should help just to save their lives.
Would you like to die then? Alouette?
I have no wish to die, but I also feel we cannot stand here and not.
Agreed. Guns now.
So you're gonna save them.
She said now, she means now. What part of now do you not understand?
Okay, we do
Give
this.
us no choice.
Okay, I'll give you 2 pistols.
No. We need firepower.
I'm sorry, you can't do better than that?
Kresimir,
What kind of warlord only gives you
Right?
2 pistols?
when when Howen says guns now, Kresimir just looks over and just shrugs and just turns and just grabs at the nearest person's rifle and just rips it from them.
I'm gonna take one of the pistols. I'm fucking done with these people. I'm just so done with these people.
Okay.
Does Zhang have any guns on him?
It's the gold-plated pistol, probably.
Yeah.
Let's see what the guards
Old
have.
Desert Eagle.
The guards have. Oh, here it is. They got F903 WE automatic assault rifle and a stun baton and a cudgel. So
Nab the assault rifle off of one of them.
so I guess you could each have assault rifle and or a pistol.
I'm gonna
one
grab
gun.
one of the pistols that's being offered.
If not the rifle.
Grabakovsky's more of a sidearm kind of gal.
The assault rifles, remind me, briefly, apologies, they don't have to be fired fully auto, do they?
No,
No.
that's an option.
Okay, that's what I thought. Cool.
You pay stress
Lovely.
based. You get a stress to go full auto. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Unless you have a
You
certain...
can take like a talent to not. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah, unless you're special.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not, then I'll take an assault rifle.
Okay, so
Gravikovsky is scrawny. It will tear her shoulder to bits.
Mm.
Alouette
Is
is
the
just gonna
AK
walk at it.
4047? Oh,
Walk at
apologies,
it.
I
Oh
clicked.
shit.
I didn't mean to.
It started with an F.
F903.
The F903.
What kind of pistols are they given?
Zhang's like, if you kill them, more might come. You know that.
More. I mean, that's a risk you're taking on us, isn't it? More are gonna come out of that temple either way. It's
Well-
never gonna end with just two of them.
Yes.
Then
Your
he,
Peace
problem
was
is
never
only
an
gets
option.
worse.
Peace
Ah.
was never an option.
very well, and you will save us. You will go into the temple. And
I haven't agreed to that yet.
And
What's the model of the pistol that they're giving us?
you guys want to do the fight next week or next time?
Probably.
Yeah, it's
If
kind
we're
of late.
running down on time, I would not mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be okay. So, and you each grab your assault rifle and your pistol,
Yup.
and
What
Zhang,
model pistol is it?
whatever you like. Zhang
I'll just use my regular sidearm then.
Zhang stands back with his guards and watches with admiration as we go into next session. We could finish this.
I would have really liked my RPG.
You'll get it later, I promise.
Well, yeah, that was fun, different. Another,
Vince will push me back.
actually, it's
Very
not,
different.
it's different theme, but like the atmosphere. But it's always like groups of people, and you got to try to pick a side, right?
I hate them both.
Yup.
I just want to leave.
Why can't we
Yeah,
ever
good
come
luck
to
to
a
it.
planet where people are just
Yeah.
crying, actually?
It's got a nice little farm on the river, and everybody's all happy.
Here's the
Yeah.
problem.
We need a beach episode.
A
Yeah.
beach
Yeah.
episode. I will run a beach episode of Alien RPG one of these days.
Listen, there is a reason that filler used to be common. So that there could be some kind of break from the absolute roller coaster ride.
Alright, but what would y'all's characters be doing at the beach during said beach episode?
Showing off my muscles.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
question. I feel like
yeah.
Colin's the kind of southern woman who would tan. I myself am not, but I feel like Colin.
Should get out the reflector.
Yes.
Drabakovsky would be like hiding in the shade. She'd be like vibing on the, probably be one of those people that read on the beach, but not while tanning.
Yeah.
They'd be like me and having to make sure every inch of themselves is in the shade, because if it is exposed to the sun for longer than about 10 minutes at a time, then it will explode. Welcome to being half ginger and pale as fuck.
I feel like specifically that would be Holland's plan for like a minute, and then she would be the kind of person with like a matching like umbrella, beach towel, like chair situation, and an issue of like Southern Living magazine.
And big sunglasses.
And then, like,
Massive
Business
fucking
Insider.
sunglasses.
Yes, the really retro like white rim,
Right,
like kind of
right.
square. Yeah.
Clout goggles, if you will.
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
That's
Someone
good.
tell me I'm wrong.
That's
And then
really
she would have. I feel like she would have a full like classic like magazine rack
Oh wow.
with like
Yeah.
popular mechanics on one side.
Grabakowski's
She's like, yeah, my ex got me hooked on it.
Grabakowski's reading like a sci-fi. some sci-fi novel.
Alouette would
Or,
be
like-
collecting shells and like organizing them into different piles.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
Species perfect.
Ooh,
I
would
like to think
Alouette be the kind of
they're-
person to build like a really intricate sandcastle?
This was like a major Halloween episode, eh? With all the diplomacy you had to do.
Yeah.
I have never spoken so much.
Their time to
Lord.
shine.
God.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Blair during the beach episode is that guy who's doing the fireworks at night.
So, oh.
I think Blair's picture is him in a beach episode.
Yes. First of all, yes. Second of all, I'm having Nanami flashbacks if anyone has watched Jujutsu Kaisen. Third of all, I was gonna say I feel like this is the episode where Hallwyn starts to establish her bid for like a coup to overthrow Tan.
I mean,
Yeah, well, that's.
I'll punch him if you. I'll punch him down for you to shoot him. Just
I
like.
mean, you're getting a good template here, right? There's a warlord here. We might have to
Mhm.
overthrow it. It's like
Yeah.
a good practice run.
She is submitting a very detailed report to Mission Control after this and just being like, so this Tan guy, are y'all like attached? Or is it kind of like an open thing? Like, would you be open to change?
I think punching Tan has to be on our bingo card, our alien
Right.
game
Yeah.
bingo cards.
Well, you slapped him
She goes
already. He's
over
been
his
slapped
head.
twice.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say Seja punches an NPC for some reason. Needs to be
He would.
in there.
Yeah. She would be the kind of Karen to go over his head and be like, are you okay if I like kick him off the ship?
I'll- I'm not even. I have a strength of like nope. The fact that I've punched people and I'm like 3 for 3 on it
Is
succeeding is like the best. Tan will show up with a farmer's tan in a banana hammock. Katie, you are my fucking hero.
Oh, there.
Farmer's tan
That's
too. Oh,
Holy hell, Katie
I
are.
I could see him with like a watch tan, like a really severe
Yeah.
watch tan.
No, don't call
You
me
know?
out like that.
Definitely.
Katie you're like Giga Chad of the night.
I'm not gonna get over that word coming out of your mouth. Okay,
What,
alright.
Giga Chad?
Yes.
I'm making it's a reference. It's a reference.
Mm-hmm.
This girl who does a you laugh you lose video picks her favorite and calls the person who sent it to her Giga Chad of the week.
There you go. Oh my internet.
Go watch Crystal. She's lovely.
Too much internet.
Okay.
Internet. True.
Well, everybody, that was fun. Had a great time with that one. And yeah, so we'll continue. Next week, I'm going on a canoe trip, and but we're not playing next week anyways. So stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we'll continue this scenario, and then after that, the summer's over, and we got lots of stuff coming up. We got The Walking Dead coming up later this month, and then Star Trek and Twilight 2000 coming next month in October. So we're gonna have,
Spooky.
yeah, so we're gonna have 4 different games streaming. So yeah, and KDR, Australia's. Who else is here?
Mad Bard
Talking.
was here for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Echo, thanks for the sub, appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Mad Bard was here. Dratheus, thanks for coming out. And
Absolutely.
I believe we had some other
sub
friends.
from KDR.
Kid
Yeah.
Matters TV was here briefly in the beginning.
Yeah, you're all great, and thank you very much. Stay tuned for the next episodes. See you again.
Welcome back. Also.
Thanks for your support. Bye bye.
Also, I missed.
Okay.
KDR said try not to nuke this one way earlier in the chat, and I'm
Too
really
late.
mad that I missed that.
Yeah, that's
It's
what we're
early
gonna
in
do.
the-
We need some
early in
nukes.
the
We need some nukes on the ship.
Exactly.
Honestly,